What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Michael, and today I want to share with you a very interesting bit of lore. Some people are already aware of this, but to others, this is going to be a major wig out. Not as much of a wig out as tonal architecture or something more complicated like that, but it's pretty crazy nonetheless. Okay. So the second emperor was a Minotaur. And I don't mean he was a really ugly guy, I really mean the emperor was a full-blown Minotaur. You know, the creatures you can encounter in other Elder Scrolls games such as Oblivion, with the physical features of both man and bull that are nearly twice the height of man, have a bull's head and horns, and move with deceptive agility. Yeah, those. So how the hell did this happen? What trickery is this? Well, it's actually quite simple, so let's move on to wig out number 2. Queen Alessia, which is Saint Alessia, the slave queen, actually had sex and reproduced with someone called Morihaus, who was her lover during the uprising against the Aelid slavers during the First Era. But Michael, that doesn't sound too weird, and that's because I forgot to mention that Morihaus is actually a demi-prince slash demigod who is speculated to be an offspring of Cain, and most importantly, looks like a full-on flying winged bull. So Alessia, or Paravania as Morihaus called her, was in love with what looked something like a minotaur with wings. This giant bull-like god creature is actually a cultural hero of Imperials due to his role in the Alessian Rebellion, although the statue of him in Oblivion depicts him in the form of a man. This demigod is portrayed as the taker of the Citadel, an act of mythic times that established human control over the Nibelheim Valley. He is even depicted with an army of rebels battling the Aelids at the White Gold Tower. Furthermore, he is associated with the Nordic power of the Thum, and therefore with Kinnereth as a result, which tends to be why he is speculated to be an actual offspring of Cain. Anyways, moving on. Together in their union, Alessia and Morihaus reproduced, spawning the man-bull that is Belharza, considered by some to be the first proper Minotaur. Belharza was born sometime during the early First Era, as the firstborn child of the couple. There is some really cool art of him that Michael Kirkbride made. It makes me wonder how the hell Alessia gave birth to such a creature. Anyways, Belharza was crowned after Empress Alessia was transformed into the first Cyrodiilic saint by Shazar, but that topic is a story for another day, and that is the explanation for why the second emperor of the Alessian Empire was in fact a Minotaur. Interestingly enough, Minotaurs were said to be among the most devout defenders of the Alessian Empire, and you can find them guarding many places which are considered important to the original empire, such as near forts in Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. How the Minotaurs have since lost their culture and role in society isn't fully explained. It is said that they were feared due to their size and strength and viewed with suspicion, and then with the rise of the Alessian Order, the Minotaurs were reclassified as monsters, no better than trolls, and as a result they were driven into the forests and out of the cities. A remaining fragment of an ancient tablet depicts Alessian troops revolting against Emperor Belharza, which gives some support to this theory. Sadly, Minotaurs are even seen to be rounded up and used as opponents for Imperial City arena matches in the Third Era. The question of exactly how they lost their intellect remains mostly unanswered though. What do you think happened? Subscribe to FudgeMuppet for more interesting Elder Scrolls lore videos like this. We're glad everyone loves to watch them, and we're more than happy to make them for you. Thanks so much for watching the video this far, and if you're interested in our social media, you can find it in the description below. My name is Michael. This was a video on the Minotaur Emperor, and I look forward to nerding out with you again very soon.